Test 1, 2, test 1, 2, check. All right. I think we're ready to go here. Just trying to give it a few more seconds for people to jump in. Bear with me. Banjo with me. See what I did there? Alright, well, I think we're ready to pretty much get things started. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Michael Purgatorio, and this is Amiibo Fights 200 subscriber tournament. Took a lot of hard work, some blood, sweat, and many tears, but we are here at over 200 subscribers, so I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed. In fact, even if you haven't subscribed and just peeked in on one of my videos, one of my lives, even that I want to say thank you. It's, like I said, not been easy to get here, but we're definitely going to enjoy it, and that's why we're going to tournament about it tonight, and also we're going to tournament about it next week. We're going to go into more detail on that, though, but right now, guys, we're going to be going through our Vanilla A+ tour here on YouTube. This is actually the second time we've streamed a Vanilla tour here on YouTube. It's been a while. It's been a long while, actually, but I'm excited. I hope you guys are, too. And I also want to just go ahead and remind everybody, if you're in the Discord right now, which if you're not in our Discord server, what are you waiting for? Join right now. That we will be having everybody cast some tournament predictions. I'll also be naming a bounty. So this way, if you do defeat whoever the bounty is, you get a free Tier 1 subscription to our Twitch channel. Yeah, still don't have subscribers here on YouTube, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Also see Frostbite is here. What up, Frostbite? Welcome, welcome. I don't know why he's got the -N4L, but okay. I'm just not gonna ask questions on that right now. In fact, I'm sure a lot of people have some questions as far as the tournament bracket goes, so why don't we take a look at that bracket right now here. Excuse me a moment, I'm still trying to get situated. I made a new channel. Awesome! Bro, I'm going to check that out after this. In fact, everyone go check that out real quick and subscribe to Frostbite right now. I haven't got it set up yet. Oh. Alright, just wait a minute until Frostbite gets it set up. I know he's working full-time. In fact, I think that's maybe why he's joining this tournament, because there are cash prizes. He's hoping to retire off this one Sephiroth amiibo he's got. JK, but we're going to take a look right now at what we got cooking for our 200 subscriber tour. So we're actually going to be starting off with Nightmares Corrin, Doveman's Plant, 2 Amiibo Fight Hall of Famers just to get our blood pumping. We also got Frostbite Sephiroth against my Ganondorf, which, honestly, I think Frostbite's got that one. Speaking of another one that I don't think my amiibo is going to do well in, Joseph's Ridley and my Captain Falcon. That's a tough one. Speaking of another tough one for me is Nightmares DDD, my Pit amiibo. So I might have to strictly rely on the green guy, and I'm not talking about Pit. I'm talking about my Luigi, who will actually be battling the winner of our first match here. We also got ZFG and his Ike here. That's a little bit new. I'm actually really anxious to see who he battles after the after the King DDD Pit matchup here. But this is really what your bracket is looking like, guys, and I'm going to give you 1 extra minute to go ahead and cast any kind of predictions you might have. Because remember, if you do predict the winner correctly, you're entered into a raffle for a free amiibo. Say it with me now, free amiibo. And if you're anything like me after the holiday season, every little bit counts. I wanted a fresh start because my old feed was trash. Wow. Okay. Alright, well, that's up to you, man. I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Also want to go ahead and just take this time to remind everybody that, actually to announce that Thursday I will not be doing another Kirby Air Riders thing. I know this is the second week in a row I've had to cancel, but I got family coming in for the weekend, so it's hard for me to really make the time for you guys. I'm sorry. But we'll be back with more Kirby Air Rider stuff. In fact, when we come back, I want to maybe do some kind of competition or special thing. You know what? I did not. We could talk more about that after the stream, Frostbite. I guess really I thought, at the moment, I can deal with the moderation. I think it's fine. Other than that, guys, I think we're pretty much ready to go. Also want to announce that there will probably be no Friday YouTube stream either. Again, family stuff. Families first. Fair enough, just asking since I am on Twitch. I got you. It'll happen, though. It'll happen. Just try and shoot me a reminder if I don't remember. Also, one last thing before we get started. Just new YouTube short, and it's our amiibo of the week. It's actually Nightmare Shulk Venat. I'd also like to say fuck you to those over at what is that company that does Xenoblade, Monolith Soft or whatever, for basically making it impossible for me to put counterattack in the goddamn short. I really don't know if that's a YouTube thing or them. I think it's both, to be honest. So fuck you, makers of Xenoblade Chronicles. I mean, don't get me wrong, they got great music in their games, I will admit that, but how dare you hog that and not give us a little bit of a taste in our videos with Shulk, also with Pythra, by the way. But I think we're ready to go here. I'm also going to go ahead and take a look at the server and cut off our predictions right now. Okay, they found it. No one predicted. Now, I'm going to give everyone one matchup to get one prediction in, because that's no fun. What? I think there is a way for you to get rid of it. I'll help you out with that after the stream. But yeah, the bracket has dropped, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and get our first matchup set up. That is going to be Nightmare's Corrin and was it Doveman's Plant? Hold on, I'm actually drawing a blank now. Yeah, Doveman's Plant. Y'all know what we talking about. It's the motherfucking smiley face battling Rillian. Alright, well, I think these two are just great competitors. However, there's a big tier list difference between the two, and I know the matchup will go Plant's way. So make sure to go ahead and predict correctly as far as who you want. But this first matchup, I think it's going to go to the Plant. And of course, the winner of this matchup goes on to battle my Luigi. Bam! I think we're ready to go. Also, as a reminder, we do 5-stock single elim best of 1. Mostly because do you really want to run Ridley versus Ganondorf more than once? Because we know how that goes. Come on. Actually, you know what? I gotta mention actually my Luigi the other night in Smash Ultimate Amiibo League, which I'd like to shout them out real quick. C Sharp and all the gang there. Thank you for hosting the other night. But yeah, he actually beat up a Ridley. It was a 2-1, but damn. So, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should start doing some best of 3 double elimination. Oh, God, that sounds so fucking long. Never mind. Bad enough I scheduled this for 7:30, but I got to admit, that extra half hour saved me. It really did. Well, no KOs thus far in the first minute of play. Oh! A little too soon I spoke. And it looks like Smiley Face is going to get the first KO, but got to hand it to Really Ann for the resiliency. Smiley Face is getting pushed back just a little bit, but now we start to see him go on the offensive, and big forward smash. It's going to make it 5-3. That'll make it 4-3. Yeah, I would not count out Really just yet, guys. She may not be the biggest comeback amiibo here in Amiibo Fight, but she's got that capability. Both of these Amiibo Fight Hall of Famers, which I'm a little confused why we didn't see more stuff from Joseph. I know he's got 2 Amiibo in the Amiibo Fight Hall of Fame, the Ground Mac, and actually one of the latest entries in the Amiibo Fight Hall of Fame is his Ganondorf Joseph Zill. Oh! Yeah, no, that is 3-2. Yeah, lack of tech right there is going to give Really Ann a little bit more of a chance to get the comeback going. But you got to keep in mind, guys, weight difference is pretty night and day, and like I said earlier, tier list difference also very night and day. Really lives. Down to her second to last stock, though. Ah, nice. 2 monitors do help. Like, for so many different things. Yeah, before I go for a second monitor, I should go for an actual PC. Especially after we had a little bit of a lag crash, what was it, last Friday? Yeah, if you did not check out our Marvel Rivals stream, guys, make sure to check that out when you get a shot. Feel like I may need to go back and do a little editing because of that. Yeah, so bear with me while I find the time, but Smiley Face up by 2, where Really Ann is down to last stock and taking a beating. Missed. Back throw. Yeah, that down smash is mighty, and it's going to give Smiley Face our first win of the night. Good game. Well, guys, Smiley Face will be moving on, and, you know, he'll be moving on to fight my Luigi. Bam! Pray for Bam, because Smiley Face is kind of scary. Well, I want to take a look at some quick stats. 5-2, got it done in 3 minutes and 51 seconds, but the damage was very much in Smiley Face's favor. So, good game, guys. Good game. Next up, though, we have Frostbite Sephiroth taking on my Ganondorf. I'm also going to go ahead and officially close those predictions. Alright, we got a few people. In fact, honestly, I'm surprised no one chose Joseph's Ridley, because I would go for the Ridley. I mean, I think he can at least make it to the finals. That's me personally. But let's go ahead and grab Soul Edge. Pretty sure it's a Soul Calibur reference. Don't quote me on that, though. And just a reminder, guys, we are using the Amiibo Fight 1v1 bin file tier list. That is something you can find in the Amiibo Fight Discord server. And once again, if you're not a part of our Discord server, what are you waiting for? This is the great way to get all our updates on upcoming tournaments, even the cash prize ones, hint, hint. In fact, we are going to have a Spirited one next Monday, so I'll be dropping that submission app later tonight, if not tomorrow. You guys know me by now. It's going to be tomorrow. Mr. Procrastinator over here. God, I suck. God, I just lost my train. Oh, right, the matchup. So Soul Edge and Smack. I mean, as far as the matchup goes for this one, I feel like it's gonna go Frostbite favor. I do, but you know, as long as Smack maybe can find a stage with some platforms or just get the upper hand quickly with some dash attack, side special, down special, maybe it could go his way. But just want to go ahead and say, as we're getting started, good luck, Frostbite. And here we go with match number 2. I hope it's not a steaming number 2, but sometimes that happens. Okay, see, that's what he's got to do. Just not let the distance get too big between the two. I got you. I got you. I honestly think we need a new Soul Calibur game, because I've been checking out Soul Calibur 2 on the expansion set, or expansion pack, we'll call it. It is just so much fun. I forgot how much fun that game was. And the fact they got Yoshimitsu in there, even better. Oh, he got him with that one. Soul Edge takes a lead. Oh. What was I saying? 4-4. And yeah, that's the thing in this matchup, you know. Soul Edge is going to have the distance down pat, but as far as weight goes, that's all the Ganondorf. Smack. I mean, technically it wasn't DLC at the time, it was character exclusives. If you would have said DLC back in those times, we would have been like, huh? What the hell is a DLC? Are you talking about a BLT? You want that bacon, lettuce, tomato? Simpler times. Well, it is 4-3 right now. Smack. Kind of getting smacked around, but he's not dying. Well, there it is. 3-3. That'll be 3-2. We're really seeing eye for an eye, punch for punch, tit for tat, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, I'm all here for it. I'm just also a little nervous about it because Soul Edge is from a good trainer. May not be Frostbite's Dr. Mario, but it's still good. And, well, actually, now we see Smack taking a lead. And, yeah, Soul Edge just trying to play keep away. It's actually good strategy to be this evasive right now. And we see Soul Edge working on that reverse 3 now, and it's been about 3 minutes. Can't say it's impossible, just super unlikely for Soul Edge to really get back into this one, especially if we see Smack utilizing these platforms to his advantage. That was close. Smack. Where are you going, Smack? Oh! Soul Edge, don't get hit. What did I just say? Good game, Frostbite. We're going to give props here to Smack for the win. 15-22, yeah. Yeah, I thought that hitbox was a little janky, personally, but still a good matchup. 3 minutes and 43 seconds, so this is actually now our quickest match of the night. And really Soul Edge getting more damage than Smack, but again, that weight difference playing a part here, and that would, I mean, if it was the same weight right now, I think this would have gone a little bit differently. Alright, let me go ahead and update our bracket, guys, but next up we got Nightmare's Mewtwo versus Doveman's Banjo and Kazooie. More Amiibo Fight Hall of Famers coming your way. Let's go ahead and add that this Ganondorf of mine will be moving on and fighting the winner of this next matchup. Alright, so I need... Actually, let me double check that. It was... Yeah, Doveman's Banjo and Kazooie. I need a Shine of Fun or a Fun Shine. I like this guy. Although the other night in Smash Ultimate Amiibo League, I saw a really good Banjo and Kazooie too. That was actually from Bun Sway. I think we all know who Bun Sway is. So, I don't think there was a really big stream, which sucks. But, granted, it was a good time. So, you know, my way of saying, check out Smash Ultimate Amiibo League. Cool people over there. And they are going to be battling a Mewtwo named Nightmare. Which I now get to do my joke, how many nightmares can Nightmare nightmare if Nightmare could nightmare nightmares? 27. I should say 24, and then Frostbite can just say, I found something funnier than 24. And I'd be like, what? He'd be like, 25! Well, we're going to run this one. 2 Amiibo Fight Hall of Famers. Good luck, guys. And I don't know what to expect here. This is not a matchup we see every day on Amiibo Fight. And the fact that it's Omega, I feel like this could really go either way. Well, it's one thing when you see one Amiibo Fight Hall of Famer in a matchup, but when you see 2 Amiibo Fight Hall of Famers duking it out in a matchup, that's what makes it a little more special and definitely gets people to drop what they're doing and start paying attention. That's not funnier. That's just brain damage is what that is. Nah, JK. I would totally be lying if I told myself, if I sat here and said I'd never done 6-7, which I definitely have. God, I feel like a fucking old man. You know what makes me feel like an old man? The fact that we can't use the word goon or goons anymore. That's what makes me feel like an old man. But first KO is going to the Mewtwo. Or, I'm sorry, it's a Funshine, but Mewtwo answers right back. Yes, we are old, Frostbite. You don't have to say how old you are, but I know we are old. Oh, wow. Okay. I believe that does constitute as a 0 death. Can someone clip that for me? Interim moderator Frostbite. Yeah, this is why I gotta keep that mobile open. 28 in May. Oh, dude, you're young AF. No. Give me my comment back. 28. Dude, I would commit felonies to be 28 again. Lots of them. More than 2 minutes in, though, and Nightmare seems to have a pretty good stranglehold on the match, but Funshine is battling back. Yeah, what was I saying about Funshine? Can you clip on YouTube without paying? Oh yeah, totally. Totally. There he is, with his friggin' maniacal oh no, Funshine can't make it back! I saw Joseph walk in and that, I think, distracted Funshine. Joseph, that fall was all your fault, but what's up, man? Happy, well, It's Monday. There's nothing happy about Monday, so hope your Monday didn't suck too hard. Yeah, we see Funshine trying to be aggressive, both on stage, even trying to aggressively ledge trap here, and Nightmare is just kind of tanking the hits in a way. You two just looked at him like, I'm like the strongest Pokemon, and you're throwing eggs at me. What is going on? Oh, that's a grenade. That's actually kind of effective. I ate the microwave. We know. We know. Oh! That was kind of big-brained. Good timing. Yeah, I'm clipping that one. I got you here. Whew. Whew. Well, Nightmare just makes it back, and Funshine is on his last stock, like 6 minutes to go. Yeah, no worries, no worries. But it is now crunch time for Funshine. And with 5:45 remaining, the Mewtwo putting stuff together. Yep! I saw that one coming. Stream is freezing while on there, and I can't find the part. That is weird. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm really... I guess the CPU usage is kinda high, but not that high. I know this is a little different for YouTube, but I do want to go ahead and say real quick, guys, good game, and we will give our props to Nightmare and his amiibo Nightmare, who happens to be a Mewtwo. This is now our longest match of the night, and a one-stock difference, but I gotta be honest, the damage difference was not night and day. It was actually pretty close. I'm gonna guess something like drywall, maybe even some sandpaper. That's my guess. It's not on your end. It's mine. Okay. Well, I'm glad you let me know. But, yeah, if it keeps acting up for you, I'm sure Joseph or I might be able to give you a hand. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to save this one. I'm going to save this one because it was pretty good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. And I'm sure Nightmare likes a lot that he's moving on to the next round, and his Mewtwo will actually be battling my Ganondorf. I don't think that's a good matchup for a Mewtwo, but we'll see what happens later on tonight. Next up, though, we have Nightmare's King Dedede battling my Pit. This is... You know, I don't know if this goes even or not. I would imagine this goes slightly, at least, in Dedede favor, but I'm not sure. It's going to be a battle for the green guy. That's something I can assure you here when he takes on Nightmare's very talented Dedede, Pancakes. I still kind of like the name, especially because, like, when he does the dash attack, it's like he's making pancakes. Well, let's go ahead and get our next one started. I also want to just remind you guys to please like the stream you are watching, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Assault the subscribe button. Make it like just bleed with. Just make it bleed profusely. We got some decent tunes going. I hope YouTube isn't a bitch and just says, hey, there's a copyright, because I will be very upset. Especially with this song. Take my lead, I'll set you free. Follow me. Trust me and we will escape from the city. Yeah, he almost just escaped to the blast zone. Yeah, Pancakes is looking pretty good in this fight so far, but You see a little back and forth in the first minute. No. That's a Pancakes KO. Yeah, I thought in a way the platforms might benefit Pit, but they're kind of benefiting the DDD more. Kind of hard for me to say if we need to see more defense or offense from Green Guy, but that's just the thing about Pancakes. He's usually just a great combination of offense and defense. Green Guy getting some hits in, but they're not really haymakers. There's just these jabs. Gotta hit that smash attack to get the KO, especially against a bigger competitor like Pancakes. Okay. Check memes and vids when you get a sec. Okay. Try and remind me after the match. And nice back throw here from Pancakes. That's going to be 4-3 for Pancakes. It's hard for me to say that Pancakes doesn't have Green Guy's number because he kind of does right now, but Green Guy trying to put a little extra on that, but the parries are real from Pancakes. It seems like more parries than just actual shields, so maybe there's a way for Green Guy to use that to his advantage, but right now he's just got to get some consistent offense like he's doing here. Oh. Pancakes was ready for him. Yeah, that was another thing that I wanted to touch on. The up special from Pancakes I think can be very much exploited from Green Guy, but Pancakes is not going to wait for the landing. He's going to jump up and get the KO. Green Guy gonna get some spades. I think that's a good call. And that up tilt is pretty quick. That's got to be DDD's quickest offensive move. And that's gonna be 4-1. There is a big weight difference here, but Pancakes now suffering a fall, and instead of a reverse 4, we're looking at a reverse 3 for Green Guy if he can manage. And we see Green Guy trying to be as evasive as possible. I think needs to get out of this guy because Pancakes has just been telegraphing everything Green Guy's been wanting to do in the air. Oh. We got 520 left. Nice forward smash here from the Green Guy, and yeah, Pancakes just always finds a way to get some kind of offense going off stage. Yeah, I was about to say, probably like chicken wings. Bro, what is you doing? Well, GG Nightmare, we'll give our props to Pancakes for the win. God, I mean, it's our longest match of the night tonight, but 5 minutes, and we see it become a Pancakes dominant win. 690 to 426. That was bad. Yeah, there was no down smash from the pit. Also, I saw a lack of neutral air. That's big for Pit's arsenal, but we're going to see the DDD move on, and he'll be the one to battle ZFG's Ike later on tonight. But right now, guys, we're going to be moving on, and it looks like it will be Joseph's Ridley Tricante battling my Captain Falcon, Captain Morgan, which, this is another matchup that does not favor me. In fact, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I think I saw Captain Morgan having a few adult beverages in the back here, so I think I should just say GG right now. And I just took a look at memes and junk. Who's the green guy? Yeah, who is that green guy? I certainly don't know. After that fucking performance. I disown you, green guy. Let's go ahead and bring in Dracante. Ridley! Alright, well, good luck, Joseph. Even though I don't think he's going to need it, I'm pretty sure this matchup goes Ridley's way.
3, 2, 1,
that is true, but you also got to realize SpongeBob's been on the air for, like, ever. They're like the children's version of The Simpsons. Oh, God. I don't know what he was even aiming for on that one. I told you he's been drinking. Goddamn alcoholic. I told him to drink milk, he drinks vodka. Nice down smash, though. Oh, is that a kill? That is a kill. Captain Morgan does strike first. Right now the captain runs into a down smash, and that is going to be Dracante tying things up. Also want to take this time real quick to remind everybody we are sponsored by Dubby. Make sure you guys check out Dubby.gg today so you can get your good energy free of artificial dyes, colors, all that nasty stuff. Dubby, be better, and make sure you use code AmoeboFight, all capital letters, so you get 10% off your order. My recommendation is still the sampler platter. Once you get that sampler platter, you hooked, fam. But nice up smash here from Captain Morgan. That is probably the strongest up smash in the game from Captain Falcon. And we see Dracante tying things up, but look at this. Side specials have been going burr all matchup for both competitors. Also down smash, I guess you could say, for both competitors. Oh, I was just about to say good block, but didn't block that one. And now it is 2-2. It's starting to look like our closest matchup of the night. Hope I didn't jinx it by saying that, but Captain Morgan, oh, yeah, he was thinking about it, just a little off course. And forward throw from the captain. Okay, that back air will kill. I really don't know the weight difference on this one, but I think it does slightly favor the Captain Falcon. Maybe even more than slightly. I told you he's been drinking. Trying to get a head boop going. Yes. Yes, indeed. Nah, actually, I think it's just sobriety in general. Oh! Yeah, that one landed, and the forward smash will give Captain Morgan a win here. Just want to say good game, Joseph. We will give our props, though, to Captain Morgan. Yeah, I'm a little surprised because there's a few things I think you guys would see that Captain Morgan needs to work on, one of them being sober. But 3 minutes and 16 seconds, I think this now qualifies as our quickest match of the night. 2 stocks, and God, that damage was super close. So I think we already had the one match where they only won by 1. This was 2. So hard for me to say it was our closest one of the night. I don't know who would be though. Just think of the most sober person you can, and that's his rival. And if anyone says Jesus, you're wrong. That guy was hammered 24/7, 365. I may go to hell for that comment, boys and girls. Kind of reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob. Oh, please. I have no soul. Next up, though, we got our last match of the first round. It is Doveman's King DDD. Okay, I thought I read that wrong. Doveman's DDD versus Nightmare's Nest. So let's go ahead and get that one set up. Sora probably. Well, okay, yeah. Sounds about right. I mean, it's not going to be Olimar, because you know that guy's an alcoholic. Not knowing how to fly a ship straight and shit. God, I wish they had Conquer in this game. That would be funny. But let's go ahead and get our next one going, guys. So we have PK Flare, about to battle it out with Doveman's DDD. Burb. No, not Bird. Burb. Bird is a little shy. There we go. Alright, well, good luck, gentlemen. We're going to get our last matchup for round 1 set up here, and I'd also like to go ahead and just shout out real quick the Amiibo Fight VODs channel, as well as Amiibo Fight Twitch. Also check out the Amiibo Fight Facebook. Still trying to find some stuff to put on there. I'm thinking about just putting on like individual matches, but still, I don't know just yet. Still thinking about it. That is probably going to be my next big project, improving Amiibo Fight Facebook, and yeah, that's like really trying to push a boulder up a hill. Parry there, Bird. Small child versus flightless bird. Excuse me, small psychic child versus flightless bird. So, and God, for a moment I thought that was it. That's gonna be our first kill. PK Flare taking a lead. I held my breath on that one, and the neutral attack alone making it 4-4. You gotta keep in mind, very big weight difference here, but it's not stopping PK Flare from being aggressive and making sure to cut off Burb in the air with PK Thunder when he can. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of this. I'm gonna have a drink real quick. L'Chaim. Been a minute since I delivered a L'Chaim. The Jewish community is pleased. EDD can fly though. Come on. Well, Burb has suffered another fall, and it is now 4-2. PK Flare seems to be running all over this penguin right now. Someone call PETA. Call me for what? No, PETA. Yeah, I'm PETA. forward smash is going to make it 4-1. I mean, this isn't a matchup I see a lot, but it's just been dominated so far by the Ness amiibo. Great parry right there. Another great parry, but yeah, that's a multi-hit, so you want to shield that. The horse is here. Right now getting very overwhelmed. I think it's only a matter of time before we see Burb go bye-bye, but PK Flare does suffer a fall as Burb starts to work on a reverse 4. Thought that was it. Nope, that's gonna be it. And we're done here. PK Flare with a big win. Congratulations to PK Flare and their trainer Nightmare for making it to the next round. 4 minutes and 3 seconds, so not quite our longest one tonight, but a 3 stock difference and a whole big damage difference. Burb just, like I said, was being cut off everywhere, both in the air, on the ground. It was a tough battle for him. All right, guys. Well, let me go ahead and update our bracket here. And oh, look at that, we already got a top 8. All right. Well, I'd like to take this time to congratulate our top 8. My Luigi, even though he didn't do jack shit. Luigi gets top 8 for doing nothing. We also got Doveman's Plant, My Ganondorf, Nightmare's Mewtwo, even ZFG's Ike, by doing nothing, has achieved top 8. Nightmare's King DDD, also want to say congratulations to my Captain Falcon and Nightmare's Ness. So, definitely looking like a Pergy Nightmare dominated kind of bracket thus far, with with the exception of Doveman's Plant and ZFG's Ike amiibo. But right now we're actually going to see my Luigi in action for the first time tonight against Doveman's Plant Smiley Face. Let me go ahead and get that set up for you guys. In fact, it's a little ironic because this is the amiibo, Bam, that Doveman said, hey, I think he's going to win it all. In other words, this is Doveman's prediction right here. So I'd like to say good luck, Doveman, and here we go. Not only a weight difference, but definitely a tier list difference, and matchup should be going into Plant favor. Well, we saw the other night in Smash Ultimate Amiibo League, Bam! Taking out a Ridley, which I'm sure you guys can find on the Schmorkage stream. You know what? I need to train a Luigi by doing nothing. I'm sure someone's already done it, but do it. It'd be funny. And that back throw is going to result in a KO for Bam. Big forward smash is going to tie us up 4-4. Now this is going to be a big thing for Bam, and that's grapple. Kind of takes parries and shielding right out the window. Yeah, I would imagine the platforms are going to benefit the Plant more than they're going to benefit the Luigi. Oh, that's a misfire. Don't want to get hit with that. That is bad for your health, Plant or otherwise. Yeah, trying to do a little edge guarding, but I think you're a little too far out for that, Bam. And yeah, Smiley Face going to take advantage of that. It is now 4-3. Smiley Face remaining aggressive, and I think that's great strategy against an amiibo like Bam to try and throw him off the trail. Ouch! Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe some defense can go a long way. 3-3. Well, Smiley Face starting to put things together. This is when he's the most dangerous. And we are more than 2 minutes into the matchup. We're tied at 3, but Bam starting to take damage pretty heavily. And the misfire misses the plant, but gets Luigi back to stage. No problemo. I thought he was going to live that. 3-2. I think that was bad DI. Well, this is an Amiibo Fight Hall of Famer, Smiley Face is, so Bam really has to stay on his toes. Able to find much off stage right now, and that's genuinely what it's like to fight plants sometimes. It's just hard to line up a back air, down air, whatever you're trying to do. And great up smash here from Bam to tie us up, though he is looking a little damaged, so defense may be his best friend here. Nice. Oh yeah, that's a death. 2-1. It's looking good for Smiley Face, especially after these parries. Oh! Trying to do a little up, and away, but again, it's a heavy plant and he's not that damaged yet. Seeing some misses here from Bam. Oh, down special, got him. Damn. Well, good game, Doveman. We're gonna give props to Smiley Face for moving on here. Just a bad matchup for him, really. In fact, we really see it reflecting both the stocks and the damage right now. Fuck. And he was kind of my ringer right there. Well, Plant moving on to semifinals. I'm actually really curious to see who he will battle in the next round. As we have our next matchup, it is My Ganondorf versus Nightmare's Mewtwo. That's coming up next. Well, I know my prediction is out. That was Joseph's Ridley Dracante. But right now, this is going to be a matchup that I still think can really go either way, but I also feel that the Mewtwo could have his hands full against my amiibo Smack. God, it's crazy that amiibo are now over 10 years old. It's even crazier that, you know, amiibo doesn't have a wider audience, really. I really think, like, amiibo should be just as popular, or at least almost as popular, as Smash Brothers PvP, but that's just my opinion. We're going to move on here, and our next match of round 2 is Smack versus Nightmare. That is next.
2, 1, go!
Alright, we got platforms here. Hard to tell if this is going to benefit the Mewtwo or the Ganondorf more. No, that's a death. 0 to death. I'll clip it, but I don't have to like it. And nice down special here from Smack. So Smack definitely a heavier competitor than the Mewtwo. Just have to make some better decisions. I don't know if you're talking about yourself or the Mewtwo, but the Mewtwo, definitely. Also, what is up, Combine? Hope your Monday didn't suck too hard. Yeah, that neutral air is definitely going to be a problem for the Ganondorf, as it's been a problem for many Amiibo in many different tournaments here in Amiibo Fight. No, he's still good. And that back air is going to make it 4-3. Yeah, Smack going to try some new stuff here, trying to do a little edge guarding. Ooh. Okay. And that'll make it 3-3. That's the thing about a Ganondorf Amiibo. They're very capable of making comebacks, but the way the uh-oh. Yeah, almost jinxed myself there. For sure. Oh, boy. And Smack's going to gain a lead for the first time in the matchup. If I can offer some advice to this Mewtwo, don't be directly under Smack, because he's been hitting these down airs very successfully. And that'll make it 2-2. It's definitely been more of an aerial battle than I was expecting. But now we see it become 2-1. Yeah, I don't know what Smack was thinking there, and that's going to cost him a stock. 1-1. Oh! For a split second, I thought he missed. But just got the very edge of the sword, and Smack's going to move on. So, good game, Nightmare. We're going to give our props to Smack for the win. As far as this matchup goes, it typically does go Ganon in favor, but I still got to tip my cap to Nightmare's Mewtwo for putting up such a good fight in the beginning. I gotta save some space for later. Hopefully I got enough space for the final. Hopefully. Well, that is gonna let Smack advance, and he'll be battling Doveman's Plant. This is shaping up to be an interesting semifinals. Also like to go ahead and remind you guys to stick around for the end as we talk more about our next YouTube tournament with, of course, cash prizes. Possible. Oh, I forgot to do a bounty. Fuck. Damn it. Alright, I'll have to find a way to make up for that. Damn. How did I forget the bounty? The quicker picker-upper. Next up, though, we have ZFG's Ike. Looks like making a Amiibo Fight Arena Amiibo Fight Tournament debut to battle Nightmare's King DDD. Mike and Ike is here. It's funny, my Smash 4 Ike was named Mike because of Mike and Ike. I think you guys are starting to steal my shit. And they're going to be battling the DDD named Pancakes. He's a cool DDD, trust me. Mike and Ike battles Pancakes, that is next. So, we had the Luigi fall in his first match. Will we see the Ike fall in his first match of the night? Kind of maybe an undeserved top 8 thus far. a little even so far. I honestly don't know how this matchup typically goes, but if I had to take a guess, probably DDD favor for many different reasons. Ooh, a little reflection of the Gordo. Okay, okay. And nice forward throw there. Also let oh boy, take this time real quick to recommend checking out Pat's Patch Gaming on Twitch and on YouTube. Uh-oh. He pancaked them, which is why his name is Pancakes, I think. And Pancakes with a big lead in the first minute 10. Yeah, it's not an easy battle. I mean, not just for the fact that it's a DDD, but it's a good DDD from Nightmare. And that will be 4-3. So we do see Mike and Ike getting a little bit of traction here. I don't know, guys. I'm starting to think just a really good ledge... well, I'm starting to think maybe a really good ledge trap or potentially an edge guard from Mike and Ike could get him back into the matchup. But now I think he's going to need a lot more than just that. You know, Pancakes is putting stuff together. That's, you know, really when he's the most dangerous. Very similar to Smiley Face, who we saw earlier in the night and advanced to semifinals. They'll be battling Mike Ganondorf later tonight, and that is 4-1. Mike and Ike is in trouble. Yeah, I honestly... I don't know much about Ike as an amiibo, but I know up special is a big thing for Ike amiibo, as well as I think this Ike could use a little bit more on the defense, both shielding and parry personally. Uh-oh. Ooh, for a moment I thought that was it. Well, we saw Mike and Ike trying to go for a little up special spike, but that was just not in the cards. Barely getting back is Mike and Ike. And Mike and Ike does get a KO, 3-1. And Gordo will be the final nail in the coffin for Mike and Ike. Good game, guys. Let's give our props, though, to Nightmare and his DDD Pancakes. God, every time I see this guy, I want some pancakes. IHOP pancakes, of course. So I believe this is actually our quickest match of the night. Don't quote me on it. 3 stock difference, and the damage difference very much in Pancake's favor. Yeah, I feel bad for ZFG and his Ike, but, you know, this is... Amiibo Fight does still have some really good trainers out here, and Nightmare proving that he is one of the best here. Speaking of which... Nightmare's Nest is taking on my Captain Falcon in the next round. This is... I want to say this is more of a Nest-heavy matchup here, but I could be wrong. And it looks like this will be our last match of round 2. And I'd like to say good luck, Nightmare. Let's get it. Well, the fact we got platforms, this could actually benefit Captain Falcon. Really emphasize the could here. And you gotta watch out for that up smash. So if I were PK Flare, I would not want to hang out on platforms for too long. But he is parrying the hits, which is good. Oh! You know, just because he's a little shorter, I think is why he missed that forward aerial. What? Take a picture! This is a moment! Well, it was a really cool KO, but It is now 4-4. PK Flare not backing down. Yeah, I did not expect that, and clearly neither did PK Flare. Captain Morgan trying to battle back and trying to cut out any kind of PK moves. PK Thunder, PK Fire. Oh, here you come. Nerf this damn move and Smash 6, Sakurai. I'm begging you. Yeah, it's not just my stream. Anytime a Ness is on stream, you watch the viewer count do one of these. I was about to say, why not one more? For good measure. 4-3, PK Flare taking a lead for the first time in the matchup. And now it is 3-3. I think it's safe to say, even though it's a little early, that this has been our most back and forth match of the night thus far. Definitely our most back and forth in round 2. And another one. What's that? Uh-huh. And then what? Smash Ultimate is the most balanced Smash game there is. Show them this shit. Although let's face it, Smash Brothers was never really the most balanced fighting game. That will be 3-2. I lost count after about 6 PK Thunders. Well, Captain Morgan's starting to put a few things together here, but he's definitely got it in the back of his mind what's to come if he gives his opponent a little too much space, just like that. Ooh. Nice hit there by PK Flare, going with the dash attack. Oh. Just a little out of range was Captain Morgan, and now PK Flare's going to take advantage of that. Ooh, good neutral air. Hard to tell if C Falcon was late on the down tilt or that was just great timing on that neutral air from the Ness. Nice dash attack. I disagree? What? I guess dash attack goes straight through Sea Falcon side special, which I've never seen that interaction before, but I do want to say good game, Nightmare, and we'll give our props here to PK Flare for the win. Captain Morgan starting out strong, but just fucking PK Thunder, man. I fucking hate that move. I know Ness was trash in the last game, but don't make him a goddamn god here in Smash Ultimate. Well, it looks like we got our semifinal pretty much filled out here, so congratulations to Doveman's Plant, My Ganondorf, Nightmare's DDD, and Nightmare's Ness. So right now, it's kind of looking like Nightmare is going to walk away with at least some cash prize. I do want to remind everyone there will be a third place matchup here, or Thug Finals, so make sure you stick around for that one. But right now, we're going to get our next matchup going. It's our first semifinal match of the night. It's Doveman's Plant versus My Ganondorf. Here it is. All right, good luck, Doveman. And let's see who's going to the finals. In fact, this is Omega. This could favor Smack more than it could the Plant, but let's figure it out here. Ooh, good sidestep. 30 seconds in, no knockouts thus far. And big forward tilt. Yeah, see, this is going to be tough for Smack to do any kind of edge guarding against an opponent like Smiley Face. Well, to a degree, Smiley Face having some difficulty edge guarding, but does get the KO. Ooh! Nice down air from Smack. That's 4-4. Yeah, this has been a high-intensity matchup, to say the least. Both characters really enjoy platform stages. Now they have an Omega stage and kind of have to make some things up as they go. Oh, man, that was close. And up throw is not enough for a knockout. Gonna try for it again? No. Heavy Gerudo. Wow, that neutral attack was enough. 4-3. And now it is 3-3. I don't know. Both Amiibo are looking a little gas to me, or what everybody else thinks right now, but so far, both Amiibo kind of making mistakes. But we now see Smack starting to get a little back on track. And that is 3-2. Smack taking a lead for the first time in the matchup. Oh! God. As a Plant enjoyer, I gotta show the respect there. That was nice. What an interaction. 2-2, and I'm on the edge of my seat. Uh-oh. Yeah, footstools don't work on Plant. There's an up special. Hard to tell what Smiley Face is going for off stage, really. Okay! That's a spike into stage. And now we are tied at 1. Got him! Damn, I was this close to just saying GG. He was done for. Whew. Well, good game, Doveman. We will give our props, though, to my guy Smack for the win. Also, guys, this is not Smiley Face's last match of the night. He'll be competing for third place prize and the winner of the Well, the Nightmares semifinal self-elim. It'll be Nightmares DDD versus Nightmares Ness. Quite frankly, I hope the DDD wins, because I think that'd be a little easier for Smack, quite frankly. Good matchup, though. One stock difference. It was very back and forth. I think I can honestly say our most back and forth match of the night, but the damage, though, did go more in Smack favor. I mean, he is a Ganondorf, I get that, but both of them, I would say, about the same weight, give or take maybe a little bit for Ganondorf. All right, well, next up we got the Nightmare Self-Elim. Curious to see who will fight the Ganondorf. Also curious to see who will fight Smiley Face. Well, Nightmare, I don't believe, is here right now to offer an opinion on who he wants to see advance, but if I had a feeling, I think he would want to see PK Flare move on. That's just my opinion, though.
3, 2, 1, go!
And here we go. Well, as a reminder, guys, the loser of this match is not done. They'll be battling the loser of the last match, which was Smiley Face in Thug Finals. PK Flare popping out with a bunch of PK Thunder for good measure. Pancakes is having a hard time approaching the opponent. Personally, I would think Gordo would be his best bet here, but PK Flare does pick up the first KO in about the first 45 seconds of play. And first minute of play is now in the books as PK Flare is starting to get pushed back just a smidgen. That will be 4-4. And now it is 4-3. A big up smash from PK Flare, giving him a lead, and I would imagine also a little bit more self-confidence knowing that he's in the lead against the third heaviest character in the game. So I think it's, well, somewhat close, somewhat safe to say that PK Thunder may not be enough to take out Pancakes. Oh, and he pancaked them. And Gordo just misses, so PK Flare is able to get back to the ledge safely. And with more than 2 minutes into the battle, nice back air to PK Flare. And that is going to be 4-2. I am kind of dreading this final that we may see. And great parry. Forward tilt does land, and yeah, nothing on these side specials right now. Ooh. Oh! That's one thing you can count on from a Nightmare amiibo. The parries are impeccable. We do see PK Flare suffering a fall, and now Pancakes only down 1. Yeah, I definitely think this is a moment for Pancakes to try and get more aggressive. It's just very tough for him to do with PK Thunder just popping out ever so often. I can't imagine how this would look on an Omega stage, but the platforms should be coming more in handy for Pancakes as a place to hide from that PK Thunder. Pancakes, though, is down to 1 stock. throw. Pancakes is not in a good spot. Yeah, just out of reach with that down tilt. And no? Yes. It's over. PK Flair will be moving on. Good game, gentlemen. Let's give it up, though, for PK Flair and... Well, actually, it's just one guy. This was the Nightmare Self-Elim. Good game, Nightmare. Thanks, Nightmare. Your DDD still did really good, Nightmare. Thanks, Nightmare. Your nest was awesome. 4 minutes and 7 seconds, so one of our longest matches of the night. Also one of our more one-sided matches, as we see PK Flair not only with 3 stocks, but 752 to 364. That is... Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Oh, I need pancakes, actually. We're about to do our Thug Finals here, guys. This is not the Grand Final. Actually, in our case, it's just Finals. But right now, we're going to be seeing Pancakes taking on Smiley Face for third place prize of $10. So, gentlemen, good luck. And here we go. So again, Nightmare guaranteed at least a cash prize, but can he get even more cash when if Pancakes can... Try that again. If Pancakes can get the win. And in the final, we'll be seeing Smack battling PK Flair. Amiibo are really no strangers to Nightmare's Nest in the final, although this time it's not spirited, and there are no stage hazards or walls to save my guys, so a prayer may be needed for Smack. And nice up tilt will make it 5-4 Pancakes with a strong start. Yeah, can't help but feel if that was on a lightweight competitor, that would have been a KO, but now we see Smiley Face answering back. It is 4-4. And nice down tilt there into Gordo. Hard for me to say who I want to win this matchup, but I kind of want to see the plans, because, you know, Plant Gang! Oh boy. I may have just jinxed him. 4-3. Minute and a half, and we've seen 3 KOs, so a fairly aggressive matchup here as we see... Oh! Is that enough? No. Yeah, that vertical go very burr. And Pancakes is getting a little overwhelmed from Plant offense. I think the Plant may have the right idea. Go for some edge guarding, especially because you don't have platforms to really punish your opponent with up smash. And up throw is not a KO, but that forward smash will be. It is 3-3. It's been a great fight so far. In fact, we see Smiley Face really giving his all offensively. We have 7.5 minutes left on the game clock. Pancakes now going to make it 3-2. Well, it is now 2-2. 3 minutes into the fight, this has been a very entertaining battle. It's starting to look like actually one of my favorite matches of the night, if I can be honest. Okay. Trying to find an up smash where he can, but gets pancaked by the dash attack. Pancakes up by 1. Smiley Face down to his last stock. Pancakes is going to battle back against the plan. And it is 1-1. Definitely crunch time for Smiley Face. One's got Patui, one's got Gordos, and they both hurt. Smiley Face, though, getting bullied. Oh. Oh, no! You know, we saw Smiley Face trying to go for a little edge guarding there, and it kind of backfired for Pancakes to just take advantage with the down smash. Wow. Good game. Say what you want about Pancakes, but he is a learned penguin. And that is going to be third place prize going to Penguins and Nightmare, so $10 going to Nightmare. And as far as any cash prizes goes, I will reach out to everybody tomorrow on that. If for any reason I don't, just yell at me in DMs. You know the drill by now. But 647 to 589, so the damage was close. They're two heavy competitors, though Pancakes has a little extra weight on Plant, and God, it was a good match. I don't think either trainer has anything to be ashamed of here. All right, time for the finals. And quite frankly, we're not on Twitch, so I can't really run a prediction, but, you know, just shout some stuff out in the chat if that's the case. Knight, how does the Ness Ganon match look like? I foresee PK Thunder. Yeah, I think so too. Also, what is up, Nightmare? Welcome in. Certainly did Ness things. Alright, well, I want to just go ahead and say real quick, good luck to Nightmare as we bring in PK Flare and my guy, Smack. So, as far as Lucas and Ganondorf, or the last time I checked that, which was a while ago, typically has the potential to go even, but this case, I think it goes more Ness' favor. Yeah, Ness is going to have to look out for those down airs if Ganondorf gets a shot at him. Well, at least it wasn't PK Thunder over and over again. Oh! Yeah, and that's something to keep in mind. The weight difference is going to be pretty night and day here. We see Smack, though, trying to be aggressive. Tries to turn around forward smash, but here's PK Fire to stop it. And back throw from Ganon. Yeah, both of them getting back safely. Okay, I'm a little surprised that KO'd. Oh, PK Flare doing the most offensively. Forward throw here from Smack. Not enough, though, for a KO to finesse me, though. PK Flare. And that is 5-2. This is looking like a very one-sided matchup here. PK Flare does suffer a fall, so it is now 4-2. See Smack just doing his best to try and cut the distance for any PK Thunders, but it's not that easy, especially when PK Fire is still a resource for the Ness amiibo. Yeah, I really don't know what the game plan was there. And Smack is going to lose another stock, 4-1. almost a KO, but Ness holds on. Yeah, we see Smack going for the down air, but here come more PK Thunders. Oh, double hit. Both of them make it back to stage with no issue. What? I call so much bullshit. A, he didn't get the hit. B, that shouldn't have KO'd. Well, good game, Nightmare. We'll give our, I guess, props to PK Flare. That sucked. I think it gave us enough data, though, to put Ness now in S tier for next time. So, like I said, guys... Yeah, I don't want to save it. Fuck it. Like I said, guys, we will be handing out stuff for tomorrow. He fails Tyrone. Tyrone's a little Mac. I achieved my goal then. Anyway, that is our tournament for the night, guys, so I would like to go ahead and say thank you to everybody that spectated, participated, etc., etc. Next Monday, though, we'll be back here on YouTube for another tournament. It's Spirited Style, Big 7 Van, and that will be S tier and lower according to the bin file. According to the bin file tier list, yeah, I betted on this Ness. Nice. Well, Joseph's getting a free amiibo, apparently. But I do also want to go ahead and say thank you again to everybody participating, spectating, and also make sure to subscribe if you have not already. Make sure to check out our latest YouTube short starring the Shulk amiibo from Nightmare Venat. I thought it came out pretty well. And that is it really for me tonight. I also want to remind everybody there will be no Kirby Air Rider stream Thursday, no Friday YouTube stream. So, yeah, I'll just catch you guys next Monday. Good night, good luck, and fuck you, Ness. And fuck the people who designed Ness to be so goddamn broken.